All right, Aquarius, I feel like time is of the essence and patience is a virtue. It's something that you guys need to hear, okay? It came to me when I was thinking about Aquarius. I was okay. So Aquarius needs to be patient. Aquarius needs, it feels maybe a little bit at conflict, a little bit. Aquarius here, maybe you don't really feel like yourself. Page of Wands. So Aquarius, there is a new journey here that you're taking. I feel like Aquarius is going through some changes. There's a couple planets here. Well, I think really just one that I know of, which is I think Pluto is in like Aquarius, which is in retrograde. So I know you guys are going through some things. Okay, I feel like Aquarius, let me tell you something. Okay, Scorpio is a fixed sign. Leo is a fixed sign. Taurus is a fixed sign. But Aquarius, I mean, they really put on for the fixed signs because you are not changing their mind. Okay? You're not. You're not going to change their mind and you're not going to change them. But I feel like Aquarius, there is a change here, 111 on the timer, that you are going through. Let's talk about it. Queen of Cups. Okay. Let's keep going. Empress. Okay, so this feels like, to me, and the next card is going to clarify, but to me, I feel like this is such a time, Aquarius, where you really have to be ready to not control things. Be ready to let things come to you, even if you don't know what it looks like. Be ready to trust in spirit when you ask for something. We trust that spirit will bring it to you, or God will bring it to you, because you have seen it before. You've seen it happen in your life. You see it happen every single day. So I feel like when it comes to this new journey that you're on, I think you really need to be in the same energy about that, because whatever the situation is, it is something where you may have had a lot of control on it here, because these two cards are like the epitome of feminine energy. We don't always want to think women when we think about feminine energy, because men have it too, or it's sometimes just it's a energy that we both share. Some women obviously more than more than men, but they still have it, so it is something that they still need to know how to operate in. So Aquarius, you really need to know how to operate in your feminine energy. It may be a time right now where you may be having to sit out. It may be a time right now where you're having to trust more than you are used to. Ooh. Six of Swords jumped out. This could be a time where it's teaching you a lot about mental ease. Like a lot about, maybe you deal with a lot of anxiety. So this time right now is maybe teaching you how to be more still in the mind, which will obviously make you still in the body. Okay, Page of Cups, Ace of Cups. Could be a time where you're actually pouring into yourself. Okay, yeah, this is like a time where you're definitely pouring into yourself. This is new. For some reason here, Aquarius, it feels like you're in an energy of really mothering and nurturing and having to water something. You could be planting, you could be starting to plant, cook, have kids, whatever the case may be. But it feels like a real mothering, nurturing energy that you're having to be in, that is new in some way. Okay, let's see. Tell me more about the Page of Wands, because look, this is how I'm looking at it, how I got it set up on the table. The Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the Empress, which are all water, feminine kind of energy, right? And then we have the Page of Wands here over here by itself. So this feels like this is the new journey that you're going on. This, why I feel like this is a new path. High Priestess, you could be, I have to take a deep breath sometimes when I get worked up and a lot of thoughts start flowing. I have to just take a deep breath. High Priestess here, you could be getting a lot of, just nudges about a lot of things that you need to do. Feels like maybe you're listening to almost doing what feels right now. Like you're maybe used to doing things that just logically make sense, obviously, Aquarius. But it feels like now you may be doing things that really appeal to your emotions and it's going to make you feel good. Could be like a relationship or anything like that that is maybe putting you in the energy as well. Okay, Cherry in reverse. So there's something that has been stagnant, not moving, not making any progress. Maybe in the past you didn't make any progress when you were maybe in this energy. Yeah. So it feels like you're used to maybe things not working, which makes you controlling, or used to things not going your way, or you just anticipate it's not going to go your way. So it makes you want to really kind of, control and dictate where things are going. But I feel like right now you're not able to do that. The Moon, having to embrace things that you cannot see. Ace of Pentacles. So what stopped you in your tracks? Because something here is causing a little bump in the road, or really like going off of a cliff. I don't think it's like just a bump in the road. It's like you're going to a whole different. This feels like the episode of SpongeBob, but they was going somewhere. I don't know where they was going, but it was him and Patrick, and they was going somewhere. And when they got there, it was like dark, and and SpongeBob couldn't find his way home. And every time he put the coin in, the bus would like drive away, and he would turn back, the bus would be there. No, when he would turn his head, the bus would be behind him. When he turned back, the bus would be gone. He was seeing scary stuff. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Let me go ahead and shuffle some more cards right quick. Hold up. Okay. Ooh, not the Star in reverse. That's your whole sign. Okay, because the Star is Aquarius in the tarot, if you did not know. There they come. Feels like Aquarius, maybe you're not practicing what you preach to other people. With the Star in the reverse. What's that? Honey, these bugs. I love being outside, but I don't love the bugs. As long as they don't bother me, but they're gonna bother you. So that just is what it is. Okay, let's see. What's the Star in reverse? Look, 5 of Wands. You are in conflict, honey bunny. 7 of Swords reverse. 6 of Swords reverse. 4. I feel like you are maybe looking at something. Someone's looking at something that a situation here that has not been reciprocal, has not been giving you what you feel like you have not gotten your just due from it. Or it could be a job or work here with the 6 of Pentacles. In the reverse, where you may be looking back on it. I say looking back on it because you got the Page of Swords, and maybe you're trying to figure out how to get out of a job situation, out of a group situation, out of something that is maybe bothering you or you don't like in some way. And I feel like you are not able to force your way out of the situation, so you are having to be in that Queen of Cups. Let me find it. Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups, Empress energy. Yeah, so it feels like it's a situation here, a group or gathering where you maybe don't want to be, maybe got kicked out of, but it's not working. Whatever the situation is, it's not working, and I feel like you're trying to figure out how to find a victory after, you know, dealing with people or dealing with this group of people or the situation or this community, and things not maybe going your way. Look at that. Queen of Swords, which is Aquarius. Page of Swords. Yeah. Feels like something that you're good at, something you're not able to let go, something you feel distant from. Out in the cold, feel like the cycle is not over. Maybe you're not allowing the cycle to be over. Maybe something that you were used to doing, this place that you were used to being in, you are not allowed to be there anymore. You cannot be there anymore. You're getting kicked out of something, a group, you're letting it go, and you're learning how to have. Now you're trying to figure out life after this situation, but maybe you don't know what to do, maybe you don't know where to go. But I feel like you need to be trusting in your spirit and knowing that God or spirit, whatever you like to call it, understands your situation and is working it out. But you want to be patient, take your time, and this is not something that you can force your way out of. Okay, so that is the reading. Like, comment, and subscribe.